I'm Liza from Imagineif Columbia Falls, and since we're all still at home, you're at home with Imagineif in my living room today. So today I have something fun for bigger kids, for elementary age. I'm going to read you a story. Do you like comics or graphic novels where most of the story is told in visuals, in pictures? Yeah, me too. I like them a lot. In fact, I sometimes think I'd like to make them because I like art too, but it's really hard to know where to get started. So today I have for you this great book. It's called Meanwhile, and it's by Jules Feiffer. And in this book, the main character, he doesn't just make up his own comic. He tries to live inside his own comics, three of them. So what we'll do is I'll read you the book, I'll share the book with you, and then afterwards maybe we'll see if it inspires you and can give you some ideas for your own comic. All right? So, Meanwhile, by Jules Feiffer. I'm going to try and show you all the pictures because they're pretty cool. It's all pictures. So he's reading a big old comic book. Raymond! Raymond didn't hear. Raymond, I want you! Now Raymond heard. It was his mother. She was always finding things for him to do. 1 minute, Mom. Maybe she'll forget, thought Raymond. Think she'll forget? I want you now, Raymond! With Raymond's mother, it was always right now. And never, no big deal. You can do it next Tuesday, Raymond. Suddenly, Raymond's eye caught a word in the middle of the page. And that's right here. It's this word. It was a word comics always use to change the scene. Meanwhile, but inside a box. Meanwhile, with 3 dots after it. And what it meant was that wherever you were in a story, just plain ordinary meanwhile was going to take you somewhere else. Raymond, I'm losing my patience! That's my cat. She doesn't like that. I knew that. What if I had my own meanwhile? Raymond wondered. And with a red marker, he scrawled the word on the wall behind his bed, where he hoped his mother wouldn't see. Not a good idea. Raymond, if I have to come in there and get you, you're going to be very sorry. Raymond's mother didn't get to finish her threat. Raymond was on a pirate ship. See that? On the high seas. Unbelievable. He had meanwhiled. Wicked pirates were boarding a Royal Navy vessel. They were dueling the Queen's loyal sailors. Raymond couldn't just stand by and watch as if it were a picture in a comic book. He clenched a sword between his teeth. See that? Then he swung a rope over the shark-infested sea into the Royal Naval vessel. Get rid of my cat here. Hey, Nula, there you go. He dueled the wicked pirates, single-handed, and also rescued a beautiful maiden. Pirates are always doing that. The only reason he didn't capture the pirate captain was his sword broke. Oops. So Raymond was forced to walk the plank. And the pirates up here are saying, "Feed Raymond to the sharks." The situation was hopeless. And up here Raymond says, "It's not fair," which is something that he said about his mom too. See those sharks down there? Raymond knew he had one last chance to save himself. "I have a last request." It's the law of the sea that I have to grant you your last request," grumbled the captain, who had a hook and a peg leg and a patch over one eye. And so did the rest of his crew. "I want to write a letter to my mother." But none of the pirates had anything to write with. And why should they? None of them could read. "Wait," cried the beautiful maiden. I carry a quill, a vial of ink, and a scroll in my cloak. So what is Raymond going to do? So right there on the plank, Raymond wrote on the scroll, "Meanwhile," in a box with 3 dots after it. And look at that. Raymond was out west being chased by a posse. He didn't know why. Maybe because he was wearing a mask and they mistook him for an outlaw. Go. Raymond tried to reason with the posse. "Hey, I'm a good guy. This isn't even my mask, see? I'll even take it off." But the posse couldn't care less. They kept shooting. "It's not fair." Raymond made a sharp left and galloped into the canyon. There he goes. Right into an avalanche. Lucky for Raymond, he was a great trick rider. He maneuvered his horse to miss the falling rocks. "Great, not even a scratch," he says. Raymond did not see the ferocious mountain lion. Of course he didn't. Until it was almost too late. He didn't have a gun. How could he be a cowboy out west and not have a gun? The only thing he found in his holster was a rusty bullet. The mountain lion leaped. The situation was hopeless. Raymond knew he had one last chance to save himself. He made a mad dash over to the nearest rock, and with the pointy end of the rusty bullet, he scratched out, "Meanwhile," in a box with 3 dots after it. Is it gonna work? It worked! Raymond was in outer space, being chased by Martians. He evened the odds against him by shooting down 112 Martian spaceships. The evil 2-headed king of the Martians got in a lucky shot. Oh no! You know what Raymond's gonna say? Raymond lost. He's aft. He's back. And then he lost his 4. It's not fair. Zap. Ooh, uh-oh. What can he do? The leftover Martians zoomed in on him. The situation was hopeless. Raymond knew he had one last chance to save himself. He switched on his backpack auto-power vapor writer. And look what he did. Uh-oh. Raymond was walking the plank again. Over he went into the shark-infested sea. The situation was hopeless. And he says, "It's not fair." Raymond knew he had one last chance to save himself. He dipped his finger into the vial of ink and printed on the side of the ship, "Meanwhile," in a box with 3 dots after it. Raymond was out west again. Uh-oh. The mountain lion gulped him down in one bite. Raymond was swallowed alive. He felt around in his holster for the rusty bullet. It wasn't there. The situation was hopeless. It's not fair. Raymond knew he had one last chance to save himself. He took off a cowboy boot, and with a pointy nail of his big toe, he carved out on the lion's tummy, "Meanwhile," in a box with 3 dots after it. Uh-oh. Raymond was ducking missiles in outer space again. But that wasn't the worst part. The worst part was that his backpack auto-vapor writer had failed. "Meanwhile," he's yelling that, but nothing happened. Raymond had used up his meanwhiles. Meanwhile, 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 meanwhile. The situation is hopeless. Here we go. I'm going to try and show just that page so we don't give it away. He was falling 1,000 feet a second. right towards his house. He was going to crash through the roof. His mother would kill him if he made a mess of the house. The situation was hopeless. It's not fair. Raymond knew he had one last chance to save himself. He shouted as loud as he could, "The end!" Is it gonna work? Whew. It worked. Raymond was back in his room. "Raymond, if I have to come in there and get you, you're going to be very sorry." And whew, he leaped straight up. "Oh, there you are, Mom. What can I do to help?" I think he's so relieved. What do you think she was calling him for? What do you have to do? Oh, look at that. That's what he's got to do. Take out the trash. All right. There we go. Did you like it? I love how it gets faster and faster and more frantic. I have to keep reading it faster and faster and faster. So if you are interested in making your own Meanwhile story, here's what you're going to need. You are going to need some paper and pencil, obviously, and you're going to need a character. And that could be yourself. It could be Raymond, if you wanted to be. Jules Feiffer won't mind. It could be another character that you make up. But you're going to need a character, and you're going to have to put them into a situation where they're kind of annoyed. And then you're going to have to make up 3 situations where they're really, really risky. So Jules Feiffer chose the Wild West. Oh no, he didn't. That wasn't the first one. He chose pirate ship, then the Wild West, and then space. But you can choose anything you like. Where are you going? What situations are you going to put your character in that he or she can meanwhile out of? And then at the very end, you're going to have to figure out a way how to safely get your character to the end. And all you have to remember is meanwhile in a box with 3 dots after it. Cool. So if you decide to do this, if you want to make up your own comic, we would love to see it. I would love to see it. So you can take a picture and then email it to us at, see that? It says asklib@imagineiflibraries.org. And I'll put this down in the comments below as well. Asklib is like ask, this first part of library. Asklib@imagineiflibraries.org. And I would love to see your comics if you decide to make one. And I know that some of the other librarians would as well. So Miss Anne would love to see it, and Tony would love to see it, and all our other library friends. So I hope you enjoyed the story, and maybe you'll be inspired to make your own comic. All right. Well, until next time, take care, stay safe, and I'll see you next time.